Claressa, how you feeling tonight?
I feel good.
1 to 10. How shocked?
I'm actually, I'm bummed. I was going for Devin Haney to win. He's undisputed at up at 135. He's a friend of mine, and I looked forward to seeing him win tonight. Not that I don't like Ryan, I thought that this was his time to have his breakout moment and become that superstar that he wanted to be. And that was ruined tonight by Ryan, which rightfully so. He came in this fight prepared, strong, fast. And when I say prepared, I'm not talking about the weight. I'm talking about just prepared for the fight, period. So he didn't care about making the weight. He didn't make the weight. He came in strong, fast, and like every punch he touched Devin with hurt him today.
Do you want to see Ryan? Do you want to see a rematch between these two, or do you think Ryan should probably rematch Gervonta? What do you think?
No, I think he needs to stay away from Gervonta and go ahead and fight Devin again. And I would love to see Devin do better, but whew, tonight was not his night. But he's still a really good fighter. He's still a great fighter.
But in terms of just like how everything was happening, how he was hurt off the first punch that Ryan pretty much threw, he got dropped 3-4 different times. Like, just 1 to 10, how surprised were you to see all of that, man?
10. I think all this lead up, everybody's been asking me, how do I see the fight? I'm like, Devin Haney gonna whoop Ryan ass. Yeah. Devin Haney gonna knock Ryan out. That's all I have to say. Yep. I didn't even say unanimous decision. I said he gonna knock him out. To see what I saw today, I wasn't expecting that at all. And I just kept tweeting. I'm like, something is wrong. Something ain't right. But really the thing that wasn't right was that Ryan did not have to kill himself for that 3 pounds. And that benefited him. And he went into the ring very, very strong, powerful. And even though Devin had a great camp, it wasn't enough to weather that storm. I don't know if Devin really prepared for that left hook of Ryan Garcia, because that was a punch that he's hit everybody with. And you would think that Devin being so defensively minded that he'd be able to create something to be able to block that. But it seemed like he kept going out with his hands back like this. And Ryan got fast hands, and he got a big punch with that hook, and he was landing it, and he even dropped it one time with a right hand. So congrats to Ryan. You fooled the fuck out of me. I thought you were insane, buddy.
Is it hard for Devin, because it was technically kind of like a catchweight fight because it wasn't a title fight. So Devin still had his WBC belt. Is it gonna be kind of hard for him to like look himself in the mirror and say, "I am a champ," even though he just lost? Like how does that kind of go?
You don't feel like you're a champion until you do what champions do, and champions win. So sometimes you have to sit in it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to sit in it and deal with it and weather it, and then you move forward. That's what you have to do when you lose. And I hope he got people around him that help him do that. Because looking in the mirror, he shouldn't look at himself and say that he's not nothing, because he's a good fighter, and he's a great champion, and he's a true professional. So I would say that he got to sit in it and let that anger take him to his next training camp and make the right decisions. Make the right decisions.
Just my last question for you. For both guys, if a rematch is the next, who do you want to see both guys fight? For Devin and then for Ryan. If it's not going to be a rematch, who do you think?
I want to see Ryan fight whoever he want to fight. That man made me a believer about him.
Teofimo Lopez or something like that?
Whoever he, if he want to fight against Tio, if he want to fight against Shakur. And listen, I got Shakur beating everybody. But when I used to rank the weight class, I would have Ryan Garcia at the bottom. I never said he was 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, Ryan Garcia. What's up, Rockman? How are you, man? Good. I'm like, I have never seen.
Does that change your? I know you're still taking Shakur. I know that's your guy.
Yeah,
but
Shakur.
Does that change you like a little bit? Like Shakur gonna have to be really on point to beat what you just saw from
Nobody
Ryan.
should underestimate no fighter. That's it. Even though Ryan isn't as skilled, he still has fought against other good fighters, and he's won. Like when he beat Luke Campbell after he got dropped, I was like, okay, Ryan, you made me a believer. Because at first I'm like, man, this dude is all hype. Yeah. He got 1 million followers on social media, and for whatever reason off YouTube, like he didn't build his way up from the bottom, but he has been boxing since he was a kid. Him and Devin went 3-3 in the amateurs. Yep. And now he's 1-0 against Devin. Does Devin in the pros where it matters?
Does he move on to somebody? Who would he probably move on to at 140 pounds?
I don't know.
Tough to say.
I don't know. I think Devin needs some time, but he's still skilled, and I think he needs to go up in weight class because cutting the weight.
47?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe 47. He needs to put on some muscle and he may not even have to put on no muscle. I mean, put on the weight. He don't have to drain himself as much. And he'll be able to fight better and compete better. I know one of my fights, I had a really big weight cut during, due to some stuff that I was going through. And when I had the big weight cut, I just remember fighting against Amari, and it was like, even though up in camp I was sparring and I wasn't getting touched or I wasn't really getting hurt with shots, it just seemed like during the fight everybody's intensity level was higher, and it seemed like in that fight that I had a hard weight cut, I could actually feel her punches sometimes. And it's not saying that she don't punch hard, because I feel punches every fight, but it was like that fight I just remember feeling her punches and being like, dang, what is it? And then after the fight I'm like, well, you did cut this much weight and you have been cutting for this long, and you didn't have a camp that you wanted to have. Like, I had a good camp, but the weight, when you get in that, for me, the way that I cut, with the stuff, I can't tell everybody, but
no problem.
It's but it's draining, and I had to do a lot of that to make the weight, because it was like, to me, the belts matter.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm not letting nobody find me for no amount of money for not making weight.
Gotcha.
Because the GOAT can't do that. The GOAT got to keep her money. The GOAT got to win the fight, like, no matter what. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, I think that he needs to consider the weight classes and just kind of regroup.
Gotcha. Thank you, GOAT. Really appreciate you.
Appreciate you.